feel free to unmute yourself and ask me questions as we go. Like, this is not a one-way thing. If you've got any questions, please ask them. We've got a whole hour together, and I can stay back for a little bit as well. So this is, I think, 4 or 5 slides. It was one big, it wasn't a quote, it was more like a paragraph. And I thought it was very important for us to talk about authenticity, because a lot of the journey of you finding your true life purpose is you being true to yourself. So I love this quote. I'm going to try to read this. I am dyslexic, so this is why I broke it into many slides. So authenticity is about imperfections, and authenticity is a very human quality. To be authentic is to be at peace with your imperfections. The great leaders are not the strongest. They are the ones who are honest about the weakness. The great leaders are not the smartest. They are the ones who admit how much they don't know. The great leaders can't do everything. They are the ones who look to others to help them. Great leaders don't see themselves as great. They see themselves as humans. And this quote is so, so, so powerful. I've had the honor of working with some of the greatest leaders in the world, from ambassadors to presidents to CEOs of businesses and countries, to self-made billionaires, to billionaires that have inherited family money and businesses. And the reality is that the more authentic you are, the more you take time to connect with your true self, the more you are okay in being different, the more you'll find happiness and success. And I'm going to be teaching you guys some tricks. I'm actually going to be like talking about some of my personal things in it, just for you guys to see the importance of being unique. And it's okay that you're not perfect. No one is perfect. Even the greatest leaders in the world, like, even when you speak to, like, I don't know, if you speak to like any, like if you speak to the Pope, to any president of any country, the CEO of any business, we are all very aware of our weakness. And it's by being aware of our weakness and being authentic with ourselves and with others that we're able to drive change. So, in summary, is just remember to be weird. Why is that? Because your weirdness is your biggest superpower. Again, stay weird, because your weirdness is your biggest superpower. It might sound crazy, call me crazy, maybe that's one of my weirdnesses, but please stay weird, because that's when your light will shine. I love this quote as well, which goes, be yourself, because absolutely everyone else is already taken. So by you trying to climb the corporate ladder, look and dress and sounds like everybody else, you will then become that everybody else, which is already taken, and you're not going to be able to let your light shine and be able to create an impact in the world. So how do you stay weird? By just doing what you love. I was listening to a podcast last night about this incredible celebrity chef, and he tried everything to be normal, to follow the rules of society and what his family was doing. He got kicked out of his family. His dad stopped sending his money, and he was still able to become one of the greatest chefs in the world at a time 50 years ago where commercial cookery wasn't even a course in universities. So focus on doing what you absolutely love and remaining weird. The more you do what you love and the crazier you are, the more you will succeed. And this is an example. I used to always laugh with my grandparents, because I'm always taking photos where I'm all crazy and I pull my tongue out. And I managed to get a photo once with my grandparents with the tongue out. And I just went, I never thought, because my grandparents were very classy. And I'm like, I never thought you guys would put your tongues out and be a photo with me. And they're like, if Einstein, one of the greatest innovators in history, did it by being weird, we're going to be weird with you, Paula. And this is it, like life. Look at the biggest self-made billionaires in the world. They are all absolutely mental, and so should you be. I'll share a little bit about my own experience. And this is the summary of the summary of the summary, because I can talk about this for a long time. But I've always been a happy person, and I wanted to create an environment where I was going to be 100% happy so I could change the world. And that involves the crazy people that we bring into the team. Look at Kiara. She's always happy, full of energy, always finds a solution. Look at that. Like, she's always giggling the whole day long. So what did I do? I build an environment. I build the values into the business. Our core vision is around, before I developed the products many years ago, I focused on understanding what are my values, what are the values I want to bring into the company, and how can I build a team that is absolutely insane to love the same things that I do. If I focus on being a traditional university, I wouldn't be happy and we wouldn't have the results that we have. And talking about weird and being aware of our weaknesses, this is some of my weirdness. I am absolutely dyslexic. So probably you'll find a lot of spelling mistakes in the slide because I didn't get a chance to get our team to proofread. I love challenges. I am always positive. I worked on some like more corporate programs and people used to look at me and say, like, Paula, can you stop? Or where do you think you're going to go with that little positivity of yours? And I feel like, and I just be giggling around like boardrooms, signing off on $1 billion like deals, doing mergers and acquisitions. And I just like, I've always laughed at everything. No matter how big the problem is, I am always laughing. I can't have routine. Like, honestly, if you ever want to kill me, just give me routine. I love being in a multicultural environment, even before there was even a word. I always find energy, no matter how tired and no matter how long the hours have been. I can't spell. I need to travel every week. Like, it's insane. Like, I've always had my I used to go to the gym with my passport and my credit card. And then since the lockdown that I had to move back to Australia, I have a big car that I can fit 7 friends in, and I'm always on the highway. Like, when we are allowed to travel, I go away 2 times a week. And I work 20 hours a day. I don't have energy sometimes to drive for 3 hours a day, but I'll find energy. I love being mega busy. Most people would hate my life. But I love being mega busy. I love being friends with everyone. I love talking to strangers. I am aware that I talk too much, but my weakness is my superpower, and I absolutely can't follow any rules. So these are some, and the list goes on. Honestly, I could write a list of 1 million things that I'm absolutely crazy. And that could have stopped me. I could have listened to everybody in society and followed rules and been quiet and only spoken to my closest friends. And maybe like my brother, had 5 best friends my whole life. I have probably 5,000 friends in every city, and I love it. Do I have just one best friend for everything? Absolutely not. Because I am weird in this way, and this is what makes me unique. And by being weird, I am happy, I am aligned to my life purpose, and I'm able to get results. If I followed what society, including my family that loves me more than anything in the world, and I love them more than anything back, but if I had followed what they had asked me to do, I would be working in a massive street with high buildings, in a little space with a computer, a small office, maybe with a pretty view. I guess I would have worked hard and at least had a pretty view, but I would have gone through job interviews with really boring people. Then you get accepted into a job and people stab knives in your back. Like, and I see that, like, the times that I'm in, like, I don't know, a big city, even when I'm in Sydney, like, I walk through Martin Place and I see those big buildings, and I'm like, ugh. And I start looking at the people and I'm like, this is the biggest concentration of unhappy people in the world. Every time I walk through a big, like, busy street where all of the men have like tights, like suffocating them to death. Women are dressing like men because they need to be strong to pretend that there's someone else that they aren't. And you can see, like, honestly, Martin Place has probably the highest level of unhappiness of Australia. And you see that in every big city. And that is fine if people were happy, but no one is happy, and I'm not going to be in that situation. So was it easy being a crazy entrepreneur? Is it easy working 20 hours a day? Is it easy doing the right thing and sometimes getting complained or getting sued by doing the right thing or having people stealing things from you? No, it isn't. And I go through challenges every day. Like, my lawyer is one of my closest friends, and I have to speak to him on a daily basis to try to protect me, because even though I'm a good person, I still have people trying to do bad things. But I am able to control 99% of my environment and not work in a place where I'm unhappy. I've never like woken up and just go, oh my God, I have to go to work. No. I'm the other way around. I go to bed, I'm like, oh my God, I need 3 more hours. I wake up, I'm like, oh my God, I've got so much to do. And this is what you need to bring into your life. And this is why I created Academy Spinners. It combines all of my weirdness. I have turned all of my craziness into a business, and I've brought in like-minded people. Some people wouldn't study with us. Some people would never sign up to this webinar. Some people would never follow me on Instagram, TikTok, or any of those places. But I know that there's a community of crazy people like me, and I'm focusing on that audience. So let's now talk about how you can take action towards finding your life purpose. So this activity has super changed my life. This activity I did about 6 years ago. I already had Academy of Entrepreneurs. And I was going through a moment that I was ready for my next big challenge in building the structure of Academy Spinners at a global level. And I worked with this coach. He's a global coach. He's a psychologist. He's worked with like a lot of entrepreneurs as they are scaling and they start getting a lot of anxiety and stress, which is a normal part. And I see stress often as something positive when you are an entrepreneur. And this activity was such an eye-opener, and it has helped me hack my brain and boost my productivity in a way that honestly, I can't put numbers to it. And it's a 3-step process. First is you're looking at your work and your achievements. The second is your work environment. And the third is your lifestyle. This activity takes 4 hours. I've put the key slides in it, but I also have the full activity afterwards that you can get when you sign up for our course. So the achievements. Look at, and get your pen and paper, and I'll give you guys 2 minutes. We're not going to complete this whole activity now, but let's at least get started. Write down the top 5 things that you ever achieved in life. And it could be big, it could be small, it could be work related, it could be not work related. What are the top 5 things that you achieved in life? Maybe saving towards buying a house, or maybe getting a promotion, or setting up a business, or winning an award, or learning how to drive, getting accepted into university, getting a scholarship, redoing your garden, breaking a bathroom and doing it from scratch. I don't know. What are the top 5? And don't worry, you're not going to share it with me. What are the 5 things that you just couldn't believe that you could achieve, and then you achieved and just went, oh my God? What are those top 5 moments in your life? And I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to think about it. Doesn't matter if it's big or small. What are the top 5 craziest achievements? And I'll share it with you guys, a couple of mine, so you guys can understand how this activity works. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to write the context, the actions, and the results that we used to achieve them. What were the key skills and qualities that you used? And I'll give you guys an example. I've set up many businesses throughout my life. And every time I've set up a global business that took over the world and we won awards, I did that by being by myself. And being dyslexic, I used to think, so for about 25 years, I thought that my greatest superpower was multitasking. And anyone that's ever worked with me or been around me know that I start a sentence and I finish with another thought. I'm having a million thoughts at the same time. I'm getting a billion things done. Yes, multitasking is a natural skill that I have. However, for me to achieve my top 5 achievements in life, I did them when I was 100% quiet, with no distraction. Kind of like what they say in the startup world, that you're in the garage building a business. I've never built a business in a garage. I built most of them on the sofa or the dining table in my houses. And I realized that my top moments of achieving things is when I was 100% by myself, not distracted and not multitasking. And for many years, I thought multitasking was my biggest strength. So I used to put myself into really busy scenarios and environments to be able to create things. But then I realized that by doing this activity, that even if I was to go to a quiet library, I wasn't productive. But if I get home, close the doors, have absolutely no one around, no music, no distraction, and being dyslexic, I need a clear table, I'm able to produce. And I've built $1 million businesses in a couple of days when I had absolutely no one around. And I call them my airplane mode days. So for those of you guys that I know that I've got a couple of best friends today in the call, sometimes you call me and I don't answer for over 24 hours and you won't get the tick on WhatsApp and you're going, oh, what happened to Paula? It's because I'm on an airplane mode day of recharging and focusing to get work done. I build Academy of Entrepreneurs in 28 days. This is normally a 24-month process. I built the whole school, interviewed 1,000 entrepreneurs, built 4,000 policies and procedures, had a team of over 10 lawyers and compliance and consultants writing stuff, and it was built in 28 days. I went down from 50 kilos to 44 kilos in 1 month, which is very unhealthy. But I was in the flow, I was in the zone, and I was doing what I loved with no distractions. So I was working by myself and I would call people as I needed them, but no one could reach me. And at the time, I remember my boyfriend at the time, I just told him, back off. Give me a few weeks and I will not reply. And he was a very, very, very successful entrepreneur. And he just went, totally get it. See you in a month. And he used to send flowers and HelloFresh to my house. And that was it. That was the only interest. And he would tell me, don't even text me back. On the flower, on the cards, it would say, don't text me back. Thank you. Focus on getting your stuff done. Because he knew, his brain worked similar to mine, that to put ourselves into the state of flow and productivity, we needed to be super focused and isolated. Now, if any of you guys have met Lewis from our team, which is my right hand for absolutely everything, he works with the headphones in the middle of chaos. So if I need him to be productive, I need to send him to a really busy place with the headphones. He will not talk to you. He looks like he's really rude when he's being productive because he's got his headphone and all he does is focus on his computer. But unless he doesn't have noise around, he's not able to produce. So you need to see, what were these top 5 accomplishments? How did you get there? And what skills did you use? What qualities and what context did you put yourself in? So list of skills. We're using your accounting, your administrative, so here's a list and you guys can look at this afterwards. What are the personal qualities that you were using to be able to get those results? Some people just work under pressure. Others work in a calming environment. Others with just having positive people. Other people need to have someone telling them that they're doing a good job to continue doing a good job. What environment do you need to put yourself in to be able to get results? Because the reality is that we can dream about finding our life purpose. But if we're not getting any results, we're going to get demotivated because we're not getting the results. So you need to put yourself in the right environment here in the head, but also around you, using the right skills and qualities and context to be able to reach it. Cool. So that's point number 1. Then the next is to look at your work environment. Where do you want to work? And today I'm talking about finding a life purpose. Doesn't mean you need to be an entrepreneur. You can find your life purpose in joining a charity, in becoming a co-founder with someone else's organization, in volunteering. A lot of my life purpose comes when I was living in the Philippines. 2 days a week, I didn't work because all I did was volunteer. It was exhausting. It was 3 hours away from my house in the traffic. We were eating pollution the whole way. But once I got there, I cannot put in words my level of happiness. Like, I just can't. And I'd come back exhausted because I was really exhausted in the week. But my level of energy, honestly, it was like I was on the strongest drug in the world, and I've never done drugs in my life. But the level of energy that was coming out of me by allowing me to do what I love. So you need to understand, what is the work environment you want to be? What motivates you? And to do that, you need to think about, who are the worst people you worked with? And literally the opposite, 180 degrees. Who are your preferred leaders that you worked with or that you've admired? And to do that, just literally make a list of the qualities that it's too much or too little to have. But also, most importantly, look, we've learned from our mistakes. Look at the mistakes that other people have made around us, the managers of hell. And how can you not bring that back into your work environment? Because you could work, as an example, Nike is a brand that I love. Absolutely love. I love the branding. I love the style. I love the quality. But I have heard from a lot of people that is a very horrible place to work in. It's very toxic. Uber is a business that I super admire because it's just made my life so much easier, and I feel safer in an Uber than getting a taxi in a developing country. However, I have also heard that the work environment is horrible. So you need to see, it's not just about finding a life purpose in the industry, is what sort of work environment are you going to be? We have people working in our team that absolutely love working at Accountants, not just because of our value, but also because they can get work done. And I always tell everybody, don't ask me for permission, ask me for forgiveness. And Kiara has seen that. It's like with the team, I get along with everybody. I have an open conversation. I talk to them as if they're all my best friends. I will support them in getting the results. And if we make a mistake, whatever, at least we tried. And that is the environment that I built, because I have worked in environments that were absolutely horrible, that you were scared of even getting in an elevator and saying the wrong thing. And I didn't want to build an environment like that. Some people are okay working. My best friend is literally the opposite of me to work. She loves working with really angry corporate people, and she shines at that. And when I'm with her catching up, She's the gentlest, softest, kindest friend you can have in the world. She's so kind. But in the work environment, she loves working. I think all day long she pulls knives from her back because it's just insane. I could never work in that environment, the environment that she worked. I did one project with her. I thought I was going to get cancer. I was just like, what the hell is this? And she was just like, oh, no, this is fine. And the times that I bring her into my work, she just goes, what is this, all these marshmallows and like ice cream and everybody's hugging everybody and everybody's dancing at the office. And it's different ways. For me to be happy and be productive, I need to have a happy environment. So what is the environment that gets you to be productive? And who are the managers of hell? Some people hate working with me because I'm dyslexic. I talk too much. I change the ideas all the time. I'm always, every day I've got a new project. And that's me. Some people love that. Other people would go crazy. And other people are in between. And if they're in between, they shouldn't be working with us. And that's fine. Because there are 7.6 billion people in the world. I want the right billions of people working with us. So understand who are the worst managers from your point of view. It doesn't mean that they're bad managers from your point of view. And how can you not work in an environment or create a business that creates that energy around? And make a list of everything that you can create of managers from hell and your preferred, and then focus on the preferred. And no matter who offers you a job, no matter what investors comes to give you money, no matter where it is that is the best spot to get your office set up, you need to see what is the work environment you want to be. I love warm countries. I picked up my laptop and I moved to the Philippines, a country that allows me to live in 32 degrees every day. It allows me to wake up at 5:30 a.m. and go for a run because every day is warm. I had a full-time driver, someone doing my nails. I had a full massage every day. And I got to spend 2 days in charities, volunteering, aligned to my life purpose that would give me more energy. Most people rest on the weekends. I would spend my whole weekend in the slums and in orphanages, and they gave me energy. So what is the work? And most people said I was mental for living Australia to move to the Philippines, a city that for many people has got pollution and traffic, but I could give you guys a list of a million things while it was perfect for my lifestyle pre-COVID. Right now, with the current situation, I'm back in Australia because it's the safest and it's the environment that gives me the productivity because I feel safer here than being in the Philippines. Will I go back to the Philippines? 100,000%. But at the right time, when it's the right work environment for me. So again, it's about being authentic with yourself. It's your life. You don't need to please anybody. When you're happy, everyone around you will be happy. Your team will be happy. Your family will be happy. Your partner will be happy. Everyone will be happy. So next one is setting your vision, your lifestyle. And this is where most people mess up. It's understanding, and again, be as honest. You don't have to show this to anybody. Don't even tell anybody. But how much money do you actually need? What are the working hours you're willing to commit? And what do you want to do in your time off? I'll give you guys an example without saying the name. This guy called me the other day from Melbourne trying to pitch his products and services. And I just went, who are you? But his tone of voice was so cool. And I'm like, do you know what? I never listened to someone calling. And I'm like, I'll listen to you. I could feel that he was being authentic. He told me about his business. I'm like, I don't need your service because I've already got someone doing it. But he's sending a thank you email and just went, I know you don't need this, but have you considered these other two? I can do these other two. And I went, you know what? I'll have a meeting with you. Booked a meeting, and I had the first meeting. He had a really cool energy. And then he was in the office, and he's in Melbourne. I'm like, what the hell are you doing in the office in the middle of lockdown? And he just went, I'm more productive here. Yesterday, I met with him again. This was 2 weeks ago. I met with him yesterday again to start looking at a project that we can work together. And I just went, you're in a boardroom? Why aren't you in your pajamas working from home? And he just went, I'll tell you the truth. I rented this office and I turned one of the spare rooms into my bedroom, and I live in the office. And I'm turning another office into bunk beds for my staff. And we've just hired 2 more people. And part of the contract is to get the work done. They need to live in the office. And he said, am I crazy? And I just went, oh my God, where do I sign on this contract? I want you working with us in our team with your business, because he's willing to die for his business so much that he's given up his personal life and his house and has turned office spaces, which I don't even know if it's legal what he's doing, because depending on the office, he can't live. But he's built a bedroom and he's turned his office bathroom into his shower, and he's living and breathing. Now, when he was talking about the profile of people he's hiring, I super identified with it because I'm the same. I want to bring people into the company where I know Kiara, I can message her on Instagram, on LinkedIn, or on the weekend, and she will reply. She's not forced to be in front of the computer, but I know that she will gently check every few hours and we will reply. If she doesn't reply, that's okay. But I know she will because she loves what she's doing, and I know she's connected to our vision and she cares about our progress every day. So this guy, he's working hours and his income, he's investing 100% of his income into his business to create jobs. And I have done the same my whole life. Like, honestly, people think that I live and breathe Academy Entrepreneurs 24 hours. And this is my choice of lifestyle. And everyone that I have around me either fits themselves into the lifestyle, or I'll go, goodbye, get a job somewhere else, or goodbye, boyfriend, you're not going to fit in. And I am very honest from the beginning. When we hire, when I start a new relationship, when I move to a country to set up a new office, I am very honest, because there's no point, if I'm not being authentic, I'm not going to be able to attract the right people around me. So what is the income that you need? I spend my income in growing the business and in giving back and starting charitable projects, because that's what makes me happy. I don't need much money to live, but I need the business to make a lot of money so we can continue growing our movement. So what are your priorities? I've got friends that set up businesses so they can buy a boat or a private plane. That's fine. But for you to find your life purpose, you need to make a decision and be able to work the hours to be able to achieve that. Whether it's a high income or low income, whether you want, who did I speak to the other day that is setting up a business and was setting up a business so they could surf in the morning, pick up the kids in the childcare. Like, they had worked out a business that worked super well around the lifestyle of the things that matters to them. So what is it that you're willing to work? And then set your goals. What are the activities you're going to be able to do to get yourself halfway there? What's your long-term goal, your short-term goal, your monthly goal, and your weekly goal? And maybe work in sprints. I personally love being busy. Like, honestly, if you want to make me happy, keep me busy, keep me challenged. But I also love exploring new things. So I love having a day where I can read 10 books. I love jumping on a plane to a country that I've never been to, but booking it on the way to the airport. I love that feeling of literally jumping on an Uber, and then while you're on an Uber an hour away into the airport, I just go on Skyscanner and I book a flight to a country that doesn't require a visa. I love doing that. And that's what keeps me excited, is this balance of craziness. What is it that you're going to bring into your lifestyle and build a career, a life, a business that aligns it to your life purpose, that you're able to have a fulfilling life? But you need to be authentic with yourself and set your goals so you can achieve. And also, I always think I was talking to Kiara about this the other day, is whenever there's a hard moment, think of that feeling you will get when you achieve it. So for example, I love yoga, but it's not every day that you feel like doing yoga at 6 a.m. But every time I'm in my brain going, do I get out of bed or do I not get out of bed? I just think of the feeling of the last 30 seconds of the yoga class when you're in complete state of flow, and it boosts your energy for the rest of the day. So every time I think about, am I going to run 10 kilometers? It's a bit cold. And I think about the feeling of when I finish the run, but I also think of the feeling of being able to fit into all of my clothes and just feel amazing. So what is it that you're trying to work towards? And what is the feeling you're going to have when you achieve the goal? And that will rewire your brain to always find energy to continue fighting and working towards it. Because the reality is that whatever your goal is, to become the greatest surfer and set up a surf school, or code this crazy app, or build the next unicorn, whatever it is that you're going to do, you're going to have to put a hell lot of energy. So focus on the end feeling of when you achieve the goal. So whenever you have second doubts, when you're running out of energy, you will find more energy because you're working towards the goal. And it's absolutely okay, guys, to stop also for a few hours to sleep, to rest. It's needed. So also listen to your body. And I've got a dear mentor that I absolutely love. She's one of the biggest public relations queens of Australia. So she owns one of the biggest PR agencies. And I remember she came one day to talk about entrepreneurship, and she said, before you build a business, decide on your lifestyle. And this is a very Australian thing. And I know that I can see lots of faces from all around the world, but Australia is a country that allows you to be an authentic leader and also link it to your lifestyle. And see, what is it important? Are you a morning person, but would you rather be doing exercise in the morning? So organize your lifestyle around your business and your life purpose and be true to it. If your life purpose is to build a sustainable brand and charities, living in a first world country for the whole year probably won't be right, because you're going to be living in a first world country to raise money, but you're going to have to be on the ground with the kids and the communities or whatever it is that you're focusing in. And why is it important for us to understand the lifestyle? I'll give you guys an example without showing name. I had this student studying with us at Academy Entrepreneurs. This was 4 or 5 years ago. And she was starting a healthy business, a lifestyle business with healthy teas and yoga retreats and everything. And I love that space. So when she applied and she told me about her business idea, I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. I will be your customer. I'll buy all of your products. I'll join your retreats. She was a smoking machine. Everywhere she went, she would walk through the classes, you could smell the cigarettes. She was always stressed. Did her business succeed? Absolutely not. And I kept on telling her, I'm like, stop doing shots of tequila on your Instagram. You can't talk about building a business that's going to make the world a better place and everyone healthy if you're doing shots of tequila every second day, you're doing drugs at festivals, and you smell like cigarette the whole time. Would you buy healthy tea for someone that's doing that? Absolutely not, right? Because she wasn't being authentic with herself. She was just finding an opportunity or something that she liked. She was trying to build a business, but it didn't go align with the lifestyle. Turns out the business didn't go ahead. She moved back to her country and she started something, I can't go into full details. She started something absolutely crazy in the business that is absolutely aligned to her life goals and style. She has over 1 million followers on Instagram and she is living the dream life because now she has the craziness that she always wanted in her business partner, in her clients. So it's so important. And be okay and be firm and say no to things that aren't aligned to your values and your life purpose. So if you want to change the world and build a yoga school, you're going to have to live and breathe yoga. Show up to pitch to investors in your yoga gear. Live and breathe on your Instagram and your positive messages. Your energy around you needs to be absolutely flowing as well. And I'll give you guys some examples that you guys will be able to relate to. So I took these screenshots about a year ago. This was the CEO of Jetstar, Qantas, and Virgin at the time. So this was about a year ago. This is not recent, these photos. Jetstar. What do they promote? They get you. If you need to go from, let's say, Sydney to Byron Bay, Jetstar can get you there. It's fun and cheap. Are they going to be late? Probably. Are your bags going to be scratched? Maybe. Will your bags maybe disappear? Probably. But it's fun and cheap. And when you buy, I've gone to Byron Bay for $1. The average price is $100. When you pay $100 for your flight, if the flight is late by 2 hours, you go, whatever, I've just paid $100. If you lose the flight, whatever, I've just paid $100. But if I'm paying $900 business class to fly from Sydney to Byron Bay, I want someone that's serious and reliable. And I maybe will be in a one-day retreat in Byron Bay. So I want to get there. I don't want to be a minute late. I've got stuff to do. So every time I fly for business, I never fly Jetstar because the chance of the flight getting late or being cancelled is very big. Holidays, if I'm going to go to Fiji, no problem. But if I'm going to go somewhere serious and I need to get stuff done, I'm going to use Qantas. Now, if I'm going on a trip where I'm going to arrive 2 days before to have some fun before I do the business meeting, Virgin is absolutely fine because I can put my surfboard, I can put the golf gear all for free because Richard Branson is all about the adventure, about being different and cool. The way that people dress in the plane, it's so much prettier. They're friendly. They give you nice, healthy, fun food as well. And look at how the CEOs live truly in alignment with the brand. He's not wearing a tie. He's wearing a tie and he's got messy hair. So can you see how we've gone from cheap and fun, serious and reliable? And this is the importance of being an authentic leader and understanding for you to become a world leader, for you to create an impact, for you to have a meaningful life, you need to be authentic with yourself. How the hell do you want to dress? What lifestyle do you want to have? This guy is under a lot of stress. This guy, when he's stressing, is probably surfing to be able to cool down his head. This one might go camping and might not even fly. He might drive his 4x4 down the road and disappear for a day to be able to solve the business problem. So can you see how everything that I'm showing you guys is connecting? You guys might think that I'm crazy by asking you to be weird, but it's the only way you will succeed and find your happiness and your life purpose. Again, another thing, we as girls always hear it, the little black dress. You can't go wrong with a little black dress. Yes, you can. What is the message you're trying to show? Which one of these celebrities is your lifestyle associated? I personally would only be the one in the middle. I would never wear this or this. It's not my lifestyle. It's not the message that I'm showing. Laugh or don't laugh, but it's fine. But having lived now in Sydney for a year, I know that a lot of girls want to look and sound like the Kardashians. For me, I would rather die than do a plastic surgery she has done and wear the clothes. Did you guys see what she was wearing like in the last 24 hours? Did you guys see that? It's just mental. She likes the attention that way. I would rather get the attention with my brain and the impact and the community that I'm building. But that's absolutely fine. If the Kardashians are happy wearing this, that's fine. It doesn't matter. But what matters is that you're being an authentic leader, and in every step along the way, and you guys, again, a lot of you guys that are here today know me at a personal level. You know that you can get me in my pajamas, you can go for a run with me, you can see me in a boardroom, you can see me on stage. I am the same person. I can tweak the level of energy if I'm speaking to, like, I don't know, business partners in Japan. If I'm speaking in Portuguese, like, I will adapt because I'm emotionally connected with other people, but I am 100% myself all day long. When I make a business decision for entrepreneurs, I put purpose above profit for everything. When we hire, we put purpose above profit. I've just recently fired someone that just came and talked about money, money, money. I'm like, get out. He didn't care about the purpose. He didn't care about entrepreneurs' impact. Pushed him out really fast. And I actually didn't hire him. I let someone else hire who also got fired in the process. Because I'm like, who the hell are you bringing into our organization? We're all about impact. And the way that we walk and talk and dress are aligned to it. Let's continue. So, what is your lifestyle goal? Where do you want to work? Do you want to work in a company? I was speaking to Kiki just about 2 hours ago from Google. Google gives them free lunch, free laundry, free childcare centers, and he loves that. For me, I don't need free food. Let me buy my own food, but give me the freedom. I would never work for Google. And I've got some of my best friends working in Google, but I love working with Google, but I wouldn't work inside Google because Google is overregulated because they're the biggest company in the world. Before you send an email, it sometimes gets proofread by 3 people. If someone's going to proofread my email to check if I'm doing the right thing, I'd feel suffocated and I would leave the same day because that's not the lifestyle that I want. I work hard, but I want to play hard. I want to have my freedom. I want to have my adventures. So what is the lifestyle that you guys want? Aligned to that is, what are your values? How often do you think about the values? Because your values, your personal values are the same as your work values. There's no separation in that. And your work values need to be aligned to the company value that you're setting up or joining, and also to your team's value. And it doesn't matter how good someone is in your company. If they're not aligned to your values, get them out because they can pollute and ruin your home. So I've got another activity for you guys. So write down, who is your number one hero? It doesn't need to be your number one hero for the last 30 years, but who's your number one hero right now? And what are the top values? So I'm going to give you guys my favorite flower, which is a sunflower. Draw a sunflower and do 10, 20 petals. It doesn't matter. And I'll give you guys 2 minutes. And inside each one of these petals, write down your favorite hero right now. It could even be someone that you're following on Instagram. Just go, wow, this person I really admire. So whoever comes to your mind, it could be your grandparents, it could be your mother, it could be your boss, it could be your investor, anyone, your mentor. But just think of someone that you really admire right now, today. Today is the 14th of September. And inside each one of the petals, write their top values. And I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to work on this. Okay, and now let me go back a couple of slides. Remember when I asked you guys, what are your values? It's hard understanding who we are, right? Because we're always analyzing, criticizing ourselves and comparing ourselves to other in society. And the reality is that this activity, you're not identifying your heroes' values. If you look back in your paper, the values that you've identified that you admire in them are actually your top values. So look back in your paper and just see what you have there. And the values that you admire in that person are actually your values more than someone else's. And the way that you've ordered and you've prioritized are the top values. So if you're running your business, go back to your business's value and see how that's getting implemented there. If you are working for someone, see how it's aligned. If you're applying for a job, see if it's aligned. And if it's not aligned, make a change. Boss your future, take action and jump into another job, or change the structure of your company, or fire this person that's bothering you, or whatever it is. But your happiness is in you taking action in alignment to your lifestyle choices. And we need to connect. The more you are aligned, the more you'll be able to get results and find your life purpose. Because I believe that life purpose is not just one thing that you're born and you're going to spend the whole day doing the same thing. No, we live in cycles. Some of us have 3-year cycles, 5-year cycles. It's said that most people had 7-year cycles. I find myself in 4-year cycles, that every 4 years I have something amazing achieving happening in my life. And there's different ways of working. I work really hard, and then I will overachieve, and then I'll plan the foundation, and then I'll work another. I love like doing projects that zero my bank account and then turn it into humongous impact, and then I start the next one and the next one. Like I work like that. I love that feeling of connecting dots that's never been connected and building a unique community. But that's me. What are your values and how are you going to get there? And also understand that these values, they can change because we're learning all day long. And you can be like, new doors will come and new people, and you'll listen to a podcast, you'll meet someone, or you'll have a conversation, or you'll read a book. Who hasn't read a book that's changed their life, or heard a podcast, or read an article? They just go, oh my God. Or you already had it in you, but you had to hear it to reconnect to it. So whatever you put in these values, for now, stay true to it. And I can't put a date of, oh my God, it's going to be for the next 6 months. But these values that you've put in there are your current values now that matter to you the most. And make sure that your work environment, your life purpose is in alignment with that. And it's okay if it isn't, because now you know how you can get there. Okay, then we're almost done. 360-degree feedback. We've heard of them in the corporate world, and we're not going to go into the corporate world conversation, but it's important for us to understand, who are we? This is an activity that's often done for companies. So what is this company? I don't know. What is Apple Pen's strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats? So how about if we did it for ourselves? Take some time and write down a list of your top 20 strengths, your 20 weaknesses, your 20 opportunities, and your 20 threats. And we all have, remember the first little paragraph that I read about being an authentic leader? We all have our ups and downs and our flaws. None of us are perfect. But what is our SWOT, our personal SWOT, not the SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats of businesses? What is our own? And this is so interesting. Why is it so often that people know more about us than we know about ourselves? Like if my mom was here, oh my God, like if she was here in this call, you guys would be bursting into laughter because she knows everything about me. Kiara knows a lot about me. I know that Will is here with us today as well, and he knows a lot about me, the amount of walks and hikes we've been. He knows me at a personal level to the fullest detail. And if I get them to describe me, I'm going to understand myself even better, because it is natural that our brain is negative, always acknowledging the things we don't do well, and we're focusing on getting better at the things we're not good at. But we should be doing the other way around. How many times hasn't someone acknowledged something that we did well and we're like, oh my God, how did I never think of that? How did I never realize that? Or, oh my God, that is such a great business opportunity. Like if you have the most delicious cupcake, or if you make really good coffee, you're really good at designing logo. Often you don't go, I'm the best logo designer in the world. You'll be scribbling. People will be like, that's really good. Can you do my logo? But why is it we have to wait for others? It's just, I don't know what happens, but it's just natural in the brain that we wait for others to identify. So my suggestion to you guys is get that SWOT analysis and give it to as many people that know you as possible. And ask them to give you feedback, and maybe do it anonymous or not. But just ask your husband, your kids, your neighbors, your team, your investors, your mentors to describe what are your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And you will see that they will identify a lot of strength that you're really good at that you never even would have thought about putting in the list. So spend some time and asking people, and it doesn't take too long for anyone to do this activity. It's like a 2-minute activity. And to finalize, journal and have a vision board. So there's different techniques, and I could go on and on and on and talk about this, but I'm sure we can go in Google or we can do another session about this. But what I love personally doing, I've got an app called the 5-Minute Journal on my phone, and I've got it set up that every day at 8 a.m. and every day at 7 p.m., it sends me alerts and it reminds me to write the 3 things I'm grateful for. So normally these days I'm so used to writing that I often wake up a lot before the alarm goes off for this app. So I just write it in there. But if sometimes I had to jump out of bed, quickly jump in the shower, go into a Zoom call to present in a country, and then at 8, it will remind me if I haven't done it yet. But I take time every day to write 3 things that I'm grateful for, because it just puts me in a positive state of flow and positivity for me to achieve. And the reason why gratefulness is so important for 2 reasons. One is whatever you're grateful for, if you acknowledge, you can go, if I'm grateful for, I don't know, the fact that I'm able to share some beautiful insights with you guys today, is how can I do more of that? Then I'll speak to Kiara and I'll be like, Kiara, can you book me, instead of doing 1 webinar a week, can I do them every week or every day? Because it makes me so happy. So whatever it is that you're grateful for, look at how you can bring more of that into your life. Another thing is that your brain can't be stressed and grateful at the same time. So when you are grateful, your brain stops and is just grateful, nothing else. So next time you see yourself stressed, get a piece of paper and start writing all of the things you're grateful for. By the 3rd word, you're going to see that your anxiety and your stress have absolutely disappeared, and you're hacking yourself back into the state of positivity, of being grateful. And then you need to rewire your brain to have more of that happening again and again and again, all day long, every day of your life. And again, the same way that your lifestyle and your values might change along the years, what you're grateful for right now will also change. You might be grateful that, I don't know, you had your COVID vaccine today. You might be grateful for the fact that your kids are doing homeschooling and you get to have lunch with them every day. Whatever the little things are, it doesn't matter. You might be grateful that you hit the company target financially. So, okay, so if you hit it, how can you do it again? Or if you're happy that your kids are home right now and you can have lunch with them, maybe get them to skip school every 2 weeks for a day so you can have lunch with them. Like, whatever it is that you're grateful for, make sure that you bring more of that. And also set goals and break down into tasks. So I love on Sunday organizing my week, where I set my goal for the week in alignment with the goal for the quarter, for the year, and so forth. And I'll show you guys what I did this week. I wrote down the list of everything. So September 14th, 2022. And I wrote down everything that I want to have in exactly a year from today. Because today I had an amazing, massive achievement. And I'm like, oh my God, I've just done something humongous today. And I'm like, oh my God, what's my next goal? Because this is like one of the biggest achievements of my life. I was able to sign off on today. So I just went, what do I want to achieve in the next 12 months? So I journaled and I started writing and I shaped it into a vision board. And in your vision board, be as honest as possible. And it's not about pleasing society. Put in there what you want. What does your health look like in your vision board? What does your wealth look like in your vision board? What does your family look like? What is your lifestyle? What is your work? What is spirituality? And I can speak from a girl's point of view. Society has trained us women to meet a guy, follow all of his rules, give them kids, and that will make you happy. But that does not make every woman happy. I've got friends that the life purpose is being a mom. I've got friends that sadly say that the biggest regret in life is being a mom too young because they weren't able to run the businesses or travel the world. So be true to yourself. What does wealth look like to you? For me, my wealth is in the impact that I give to the world. My wealth is in having enough money that I can pick up my passport and go to any country to volunteer and do impact work. That is my wealth. I am, and this is something public that I've shared many times, at Academy of Entrepreneurs, I have the smallest salary of the whole company. And we have people in developing countries earning less than $10 an hour, and I earn less than them an hour. But I change the world, and I'm creating jobs for them so that they can make people's lives better. So what does your health look like? For me, health is one of my priorities. Right now, during lockdown, I'm doing 2 to 2.5 hours of exercise a day. Call me crazy, but I love it. Do I cancel meetings to exercise? Yes, I do. Because my health is important to me. Do I eat chocolates and drink a little bit of Diet Coke every day? Yes, I do. But I'm also doing 10 kilometers and I'm cycling, I'm doing yoga and Pilates every day. What does family look like to you? I go through moments, like my mom's my best friend. I go through moments that I'm super close to my family, but I've got moments that I've lived in Australia pre-lockdown a few years ago where I didn't see my parents for 3 months or more because I still text them, but I was on the flow and I had business goals to achieve. What is the lifestyle? I go through times where all I want to do is wear a little dress and go to rooftop bars and mingle with the top entrepreneurs so we can build projects. And there's other times that my lifestyle, all I want to do is sleep in and do yoga and read books. And that's my current lifestyle right now. And not because of lockdown. I am super loving my time by myself, reading, learning. We've grown so much, the team and our impact. Kiara knows we are working on this amazing new project that I can't even sleep. I'm so excited. And this is my current lifestyle. Work, spirituality. I was born in a Catholic family, but raised in a Jewish school. I was the vice president of the Muslim Society, and I also studied a lot of Buddhism, so I go to silent retreats. So I've got moments that literally, I've got crystals around me. I've got moments that I open a Bible. I've got moments that I do a meditation. I've got moments that I speak to my Jewish friends and we celebrate, like Nico from our team. Sometimes I do Sabbath on a Friday night, and I'm not Jewish. But sometimes I feel the need of having those different spiritualities. And that doesn't mean that I'm cheating on my original religion of being Catholic. No, it just means that this is what I want for now. I've always had in my vision board having the things that I have now, and I've stayed true to it. Was I crazy to buy a house at the age of 21 when everyone was partying around the world? I didn't have a gap year. I didn't go backpacking. I skipped all of that. But when everybody was trying to climb the corporate ladder, I had an unlimited credit card and a passport. They ran out of pages because I'd stamped it so much. And I was in alignment with my life purpose. Call me crazy. Lockdown started. I looked at the world and I'm like, doesn't matter. I've seen it all. I could be stuck in Australia for the next 5 years. I've seen more than 50 countries every year for the last 10 years. So be honest with your vision board and put what you want in it. If you want the hottest husband or girlfriend that looks like George Clooney or the Kardashians, that's okay. It's your problem. It's your life. You don't have to tell anyone. Go and do it and focus on working towards that. If your goal is by summer this year, have the most perfect bikini body, focus on it. And think about the feeling at the end when you get it, and stop mentalizing it and start working towards. Download courses and join a gym, an online gym, whatever it is. And understand your why in life. Go into why you want to do that and what is the impact, what is your purpose on life, and focus on the why, and then you build the how and the what, which are your actions. But stay true to your why. I know my why, and every business that I've ever set up have always had the same why about creating impact and connecting communities at a global level. That is my why. I have done it in different industries. In the creative and the PR, I've done it in education, I'm doing now in entrepreneurship, and now I'm very attached to the wellness space. So I've just launched 3 businesses in the health space that I will talk to you guys about in the future. Give me a few weeks, but I've just launched another set of business because I knew that when I was building Entrepreneurs, I already knew that my next big project was going to be in health. We didn't know that the world was going to be like today, but now I've already started investing and building businesses in the health space in alignment to entrepreneurship, in alignment to making people feel better, in alignment to building a community around it. Again, call me crazy, but at least I am crazy doing what I love. I find it crazier people that aren't aligned with the life purpose. Final reminder, do what you love every single day, no matter what, and stay weird. Because by doing what you love and staying weird, you're going to take over the world. Your happiness will be shared with everybody. You're going to get immediate results and so forth. And to finalize, we'll finalize with another final quote. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. So these activities that I shared with you guys are some activities that have absolutely shaped my life. It's activities that I do once in a while, again and again and again. It's activities that I had to remind myself. Every time I'm working on a big project, I had to remind myself of the 5 achievements, how I put myself in the state of flow, and then I do it. And then your brain, nature, your health changes, and then little new things will come in. But listen to your body. Like I see a lot of people like, oh, green tea is better than coffee. And I'm like, I need coffee. That's what hacks me to be happy and give my productivity. Tea, it's good, but coffee is amazing. So listen to your body, to the science. Biohack your health to be able to give your productivity. And if you don't know too much about biohacking and productivity, just search it on our YouTube. So go on YouTube on Academy Entrepreneurs and put biohacking and productivity. There's 3 webinars that are really good there. So guys, we've built a course. This course I built it as a gift during lockdown last year. And it's become one of our best sellers around the world, which is how to find your life purpose. We've put it literally just enough to cover the cost. It's $29 and it has 40 modules. And for example, the work-life plan, the 4-hour activity, it's all in there. So we've put a lot of toolkits. I don't know how long it will take you to do the course. Like if you just go really fast, you can probably do it in 5 hours. But it's a course that probably I recommend you guys to sign up and spend a good 7 days. And everyone that has ever done the course has always thanked me for it. And they always send me little private messages afterwards asking me questions. So sign up today. You can sign up. This is literally on the homepage of our website. And as you're doing it, if you've got any question, please reach out. Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, just send me a little message and let me know how you're going. If you need any support, and I'll quickly call you guys and help you. It's very easy. It's self-paced. But if you want to talk about it, send me a message and I'll quickly call you guys to help you guys. This course includes like over 10 years of coaches that I've had around the last 10 years helping me build the entrepreneurs and stay in alignment with what I do. And it includes things such as biohacking, journaling, how to build your routine, how to say no. It has a lot of stuff on emotional intelligence, on finding your happiness. So yes, it's a really powerful course that will change your life forever. So 1000% recommend you guys to do it. And all you do is you go into the homepage and you can click and all that and ask me questions if you've got anything. Oh, and one last quote. We've got one more quote. The 2 most important days of our lives are the days we're born and the reason and the day that we find out why we were born. And this why you'll find many times throughout your life, but there's nothing nicer than being able to find your life, why, and be able to work towards it. So summarize, if you want to succeed, just book a coffee and a call with Kiara, with me, with Annalise, with Lewis, whoever you want, whatever language you guys want to speak to. I think the whole thing these days we probably speak over 50 languages. And we currently have a community of students in over 100 countries. We've just hit 102 countries, which makes us really happy. So let us know how we can help you guys achieve all of your goals and find your life purpose and succeed. We've got from one-on-one coaching and mentoring to business coaching, to online self-paced courses, to tonight we're having a really cool course that is full, so you guys can't do it anymore, but it's one on building your e-commerce, which is super cool. So how to build Shopify to make your first $100,000. So let us know what it is that you need and we'll help you guys succeed. We also have, for those of you guys that don't know yet, we have an investment fund. So we also invest in businesses. So if you've got a really good business idea and you're getting some traction, you've got some paying customers, send us an email, show us what you have. We'll sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. And if it's a good opportunity in alignment with our values and the results that we can give you guys and scale you globally, we only invest in businesses that are going to scale globally. So if you're building a business and you want to own 100% of it or you want to keep it small, great. We'll help you through courses. We only invest in businesses that want to scale in 30 or more countries. So just a little reminder, you don't need to be in 30 countries to contact us. You could just be on initial stages, making your first maybe $300,000, but we'll only invest if you want to grow globally and we can create an impact in alignment with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So contact us on WhatsApp, send us an email. Remember to boss your future every day. And thanks for joining. How did I go with time? Oh my God, I've gone 5 minutes, but I think it was worth it. I hope you guys got a lot out of it. I can stay back. I've got a phone call in a couple of minutes. I can answer any questions if you guys have any questions. Any questions, any feedback, anything else that you guys would like from us? Was this helpful?
I love it. That's amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank
Edith, do you like it?
Phone off. Oh, sorry. Hi, I'm Irit.
you.
Thank you so much.
You're
It's great.
welcome.
You're oozing positivity. I mean,
Oh.
it's like jumping through the screen of boo.
Sometimes I've got some business partners overseas, and every time I fly over, they're like, "Oh my God, Paula! Every time you leave, I'm exhausted."
Yes, you need a lie down. No, it was really very inspiring. So thank you so much for sharing. And I know Tia very well, and I teach capoeira, and her little son trains with me. So it's very beautiful. So yeah, no, it's great, and yeah, very, very inspiring. So thank you for your knowledge. Thank you so much.
Namaste.
Thank you, Edith.
Well, guys, you guys have my name here: Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. Reach out, start the Find Your Life Purpose course, and send me messages as you are progressing or as you need any questions or feedback or further activities. I'm here to help you guys succeed, find your life purpose, and be happy, because when we're happy, we make everybody else around happy, and it becomes contagious, and we need more of that right now in the world. And happiness is within us. The same way that peace, inner peace is within us, happiness within us, success is within us. All we need to do is polish it. It's like a diamond that needs to be polished. We need to do the same with ourselves all the time.
Thank you so much, Paula.
Thanks, lots of love.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for coming today. We see you next week, because every Tuesday we have a nice free webinar with Paula or with some other guests or some ambassador. We have them all. So yeah, reach out, please, if you have any question or if you struggle with your business, please don't be scared. Just reach out to me or Paula, okay?
We're here to help you guys succeed. Big hugs.
Have a good night. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye.